Hi, Professor Hartman. The activity that I decided to put together and discuss is the narrative comprehension cards. So in order to perform this activity, each student needs a copy of a narrative reading passage. This is just an example I found online called the Cookie Caper. And you also need a series of narrative comprehension cards. I used the same questions for the cards as shown in the textbook, and I put them together in the same order and used the same color coding, but teachers could do this differently. So each of these cards has a question on them that the teacher would ask the students while reading, before, during, and after reading a narrative summary. This activity can be used with a typical reading lesson to organize comprehension instruction in 3 different steps: the before, during, and after reading. So in the textbook, they color code the cards green with the questions that are to be asked before reading, yellow for during reading, and red for after reading. Obviously, you could use different colors or not even color code them at all. I also put them, since they're supposed to be asked in sequential order, I put numbers on each of the cards for when I would probably drop them and need to put them back in order or something like that. I'm sure they would get out of order. So the textbook suggests putting them in some kind of pocket chart so that when you ask students a question, that you can then move it to the other side of the pocket chart. I didn't have a pocket chart. I'm thinking you could put these on any kind of board. You might want to put them on a bulletin board just to keep there for when students read other narrative summaries so that they can refer to them. But how these are used are, you would first introduce the students to the narrative reading passage that you're going to have them read. So in this example in the Cookie Caper, I would give each student one of these pages. And then I would ask the students these green card questions, which are to be designed to be asked before reading. And they're, what does the title tell me about the story? What do the pictures tell me? What do I already know about? So what does the title tell me about the story? Well, this story is the Cookie Caper. So I would think the students would assume it's about cookies and they're probably being stolen. There's probably a thief who wants cookies. What do the pictures tell me? Well, this isn't a really great example for that because the only picture on here is a picture of a cookie, and we already know it's about cookies because of the title. And what do I already know about? So maybe what do students already know about a Cookie Caper? So the before questions are designed to increase student interest and activate prior knowledge. So after the teacher asked these and the students gave the responses, the students would be asked to take turns reading the passage. And as they were reading, the teacher would periodically stop them and ask them these yellow, during reading, questions. So these are mostly the 5 W's and the 1 H. Who, tell who the story is about or name the characters. What, state the problem. When, tell the time the story takes place. So these questions for during reading are to help students focus on the main ideas and important points of the story. Also to encourage them to make connections and predictions as well. Down here on this card, what do I think will happen next? So there's where they would predict what would happen next in the story. So when the students are done reading the passage and all these are answered, the teacher would ask them the after reading questions, which are on the red cards. So these questions are who were the characters? What was the setting? What was the problem? How was the problem solved? And here, why did? Elaborate on why something happened. So why did someone do something? Or, why did something occur in the story the way it did? So these are designed to have students reflect upon what they read, recall some key information from the story and evaluate and discuss the main ideas. So, like I said, I would probably post these on a bulletin board for students to refer to. If the students struggled to answer the questions, the teacher should kind of prompt them a little by referring to text evidence. Another idea I thought of if students are really struggling, or maybe the first time they went through this, or for younger students or students who have more difficulty, just on the back of these cards, writing maybe some multiple choice answers to help them come up with an answer to each of the questions. So, okay, well, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Hartman. Thank you for a good course. And I'm sure I will see you in the spring. All right, bye.